Sean here for Sun Jupiter Channel. Today we are looking at Supreme Commander 2. This game was done in 2010, however, in a way it might have roots back to 1997, which I'll be talking about after. So, the style of this game is basically a real-time strategy game. However, it feels different than your normal, say, Red Alert or StarCraft, Warcraft, whatever. In the sense that it's not so... In a way, it doesn't feel so urgent. It feels more cool than it does feel urgent. Again, that'll be kind of explained. You'll see that, at least later on in the video, that they use quite large maps. Not that these aren't uncommon in RTSs, but these are quite large. And I don't even show you the largest in this video. And you can get lots and lots of units on the map. Just to draw a comparison, in StarCraft you have up to 200 units. At least in the first StarCraft, that's pretty standard. This game you get up to 500 units, and you can even see my counter at the top. It says 29 out of 500. The one difference, though, is that I believe buildings count in your unit count, which is a little bit unfortunate, but the point is that you can, in general, still get much larger numbers than in StarCraft. I would not be surprised if there was even a mod to get even larger numbers. So, what I meant by this game has roots back to 2007, is that there was a game called Total Annihilation, and later Total Annihilation Kingdoms, which was also a very cool game. More of a medieval style of the same gameplay. Anyways, Total Annihilation was done in 1997 by Cave Dog Studios. If you ever do get a chance to play that game, obviously on Windows 98 or something older, maybe XP, you'll see that it has a lot of similarities to this game. It's got other robots, got similar factions, got similar units, similar concepts in the design. Very, very, very similar. Now, anyways, how this game is so similar is because after Cave Dog closed, the lead designer went on to Gas Powered Games, which created Supreme Commander 1 and eventually 2. This is a very, very welcome reiteration of the Total Annihilation series. It is awesome, which of course I'll be showing you. So, this game, if you play, you'll notice that it has, well, I think first I'm showing you the tech tree right here, but I'll get more into that. There are 3 balanced factions. I wouldn't say that they're as diverse as, say, StarCraft. You can play each faction kind of similarly. That's it, they all do have something special, but for the most part, they don't feel as diverse. Regarding economy, there is... You don't have to worry about, say, for example, supply depots or something like that to make more units. It's just, you have energy and you have mass. That's the green and the yellow at the top. Energy you can make anywhere. Mass you have to go around and find certain spots. It comes in much slower. And what you've been watching so far is just a small little demo to kind of warm us up before I get to the larger clip showing a lot more of the features of the game. Let's just move along to the menus just to see all the features in the game kind of summed up. Alright, so obviously there is a multiplayer. There's barely anyone on this multiplayer anymore, but it exists. You can get this game pretty cheap off of Steam, so LAN is probably one of the best ways to go. One of the interesting things about this game, actually, oh, you'll see there's a campaign here, is that when there's lots of stuff on the map, it seems like the game automatically slows down to help encompass all those units. Rather than have it stutter, it just slows everything down naturally. At least that's my experience with it. That's what seems to happen. Here you'll see what I'm doing. You can pump up the computer's difficulty by quite a lot. You can make it go past cheating. So cheating, it already has huge advantages on unit production or like speed to build units, and also how fast they get resources. They can make it double you. You'll see easy has handicaps. So there's a huge range, and you know, if I was to face a cheating opponent, he would destroy me. Now you'll see there's a rush timer. That's basically at the beginning of the map you're stuck within a certain zone, and you can only do so much in that zone until the rush timer is done, just so you don't have to worry about getting eliminated from the game to begin with, if that's what you'd like. My personal preference is like a 5-minute rush timer, no air units and no nukes. Nukes kind of end the game fast. And again, like I say, this is one of those games where I like to just kind of sit back and watch my guys, watch my huge army of cool-looking robots just go and trample the other guy. That's one of the best things about this game. Now, and there you'll see there is a DLC checkmark. There is DLC for this game, obviously. Now, this clip here is just to show the detail of all the units and buildings. Now, when I zoom in, you can see that there's a lot of detail really close up. All the movements, everything done very well. Again, it's one of those games where you can just enjoy how cool it looks and not have to worry about winning the game. You can really take this game at your own pace. Of course, that depends on the difficulty of the opponent. But there is that option. Now, this one, it's actually normally a 4 vs 4 map. I'm just doing it as a 1 vs 1, and basically I set it up so that I had 20 minutes to build, say, one of every unit and make my economy massive, just to show you all the features of the video, in case you're wondering how this was set up. So, when this starts here, you'll see I have quite the army, and we're going to take a good look at how everything works. So, there are good mix of land, sea, air, head-on clashes on this particular map. That's one of the reasons why I love this one so much. It's really straightforward. It just makes it so simple. Especially if if you're doing a LAN party with people who haven't really played the game. This is just a nice simple map. And one thing about this game is that with the rush timers, and you can unlock everything. You can make so there's no fog of war, everything that makes it really simple for new players to just get straight into this game. And if you want, there is the ability to kind of camp and just launch artillery at the other guy if you want. That is something that any player can do. There's a lot of ways to play this game. Whether you want to just mass air, mass the Navy, land, you want to just get all small units or maybe experimental units for a really, really hard attack. Or again, if you just want to use artillery or nukes, you can do that. Now, of course, you'll need to have weaker opponents or someone protecting you while doing those, or certain strategies, but they're all options. So here I just have kind of almost one of each unit on this particular faction. I'm just kind of bringing them in so you can kind of see how it all works. I have guys that make shields, guys that automatically repair. I have artillery, missiles, basic tanks. I have anti-air tanks. I have a couple of experimental units. Those are the massive ones that are basically the size of 20 of the other units. One guy looks like a massive robot. I have a couple of them that are called Fat Boys. They're the tanks that kind of look, they have 4 legs. You can see they have quite the range, which is just awesome. I love those guys. Probably my favorite unit for land anyways. You can see my cruisers on the side there have quite a range too. Just launching missiles over. I have that kind of factory transport. Yeah, obviously huge floating vehicle. That guy can create air units really fast on the go and just pump them out. So it's a really nice mobile forward offensive and defensive unit actually. Now and again, here I can just, once I've made my guys, I can just kind of have them near the front lines or just attack the other guy. And I can just kind of sit back and watch how cool this game is. It's great to just see You know, even the recoil on the cannons. See the guys walking, see everything just clash together. It's just awesome the way they do it in this game. Now, before I get way too off topic, I want to mention the great unit management in this game. You'll notice that, okay, if I was to drag box my my mouse over my base and I had some units in my base, it would automatically not select any builders or my commander. That's my basically main unit that you usually don't want to die. It would try and select all of the same unit type of just basic attacking units. So there's great unit management in this game. It's very easy to know what you're going to select. Also, there's the tactical map. If I scroll all the way back, you'll see like icons representing units to make it really easy to see the entire map, what is going on. There's also, when you select a bunch of guys, you move them all at once. If you're in the tactical map, it'll actually show a circle with how many numbers, the number of guys in that kind of area that you moved together before. If I click on that circle, it'll select all the guys that I had previously moved together. So it's a really great way to group guys without using hotkeys, you know, like Control 1, which is an option in this game, but it's for those who aren't used to that, it's there and it makes it super easy. They've thought of all kinds of things in this game. Alright, now before I go, again, if you like these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what other PC games you might want to see. In the last video, the Medieval 2 Total War one, I left a note saying what games I might be covering. So if you want, you take a look at that. I'll actually leave a link here, and see you next time, guys.
This video is part of the Way movement, a career path in video sponsored by TGN. To learn more, visit tgn.tv.